are on the recording. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. We left off last time with everybody in a new place. You made your way to Priory Town and were, unfortunately, the gods of the surrounding area decided that Foundry would crash by trying to load that map. So we're still on Tally's workshop map, and I've just displayed this to you guys. Um, uh, this is the artwork, at the very least, for that map, and you have found yourselves at the temple to the far east side of it. You split off a party, with half of you going inside of the temple and half of you staying outside. Those who went inside the temple knew that you were to remain silent, but with a couple of whispers here and there, and an attempt to fly up to the very top. You then turned around and left. Once outside, those two of you who had been inside, Avonwaith and Shen, you saw that the other two had been busy trying to figure out exactly how to communicate telepathically, with some limited success at lip reading, but we got there eventually. That was hilarious, but you've got to figure these things out as you go, haven't you? Now, you all then got a little bit fixated on the bright blue orb that is levitating at the point where the temple would be, if there were a structure there to hold it up. As it happens, that part of the central part of the roof where the point would be is not there, and the orb rests where it would be. You attempted at stealth to fly up to the top, mage hand it off, and escape without being seen. Unfortunately, that didn't work. The one of the priests, one of the temple monks at the front of the area, who had remained silent up to this point, did see you guys and decided to. Hang on, let me get the right reactive thing up. Decided to point at you and screech. And so you were seen. And yeah, you've been spotted. You are now at that point again. The monk has pointed an outstretched arm towards you as you are flying above. I believe it was Shen and Quinn. And then we had Avonwaith asking questions, I think, and Kira was playing a musical instrument. And then, yeah, you've managed to successfully mage hand this 2-foot orb off the top of the roof, but now you've been spotted. What are your next actions? And it's not going to be something that you get a long time to discuss because you don't have a long time to discuss it. So, what are you doing now? Got reactions?
I
Yeah.
I would want to get back away a bit.
Yeah, me too.
So
You like
your
that?
two got reactions to leave. Okay.
I've still got
Yeah.
Quinn, so my reaction's gonna be her reaction.
Yeah, I think that Quinn has to go along with you if you're flying away from there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So
You do
Kira,
that?
what's your gut feeling right now? Without any
I'm-
discussion from the others, because obviously everybody has to act on their own initiative at the moment. Pardon the pun.
Yeah, I mean, last thing I knew, I was playing music to distract, and I am kind of in that mode, I believe.
Okay.
So I'm still playing my terrible music because nobody likes it, apparently.
Bearing in mind that one of the monks that sounded the alarm was the one directly in front of you that you're playing to. So he's turned around and pointed at the members of your party who are above flying, which you knew about before you walked over and helped, started playing this. So you would be aware that he's pointing at your party, and you would be aware of that because he's directly in front of you and has probably deafened you with his screech.
Yeah, no, what direction is everybody going? Can I see? Because they're flying, obviously.
I'm
Well, I
just
think Shen and Avonwaith will be flying, but which way are you both flying?
backing away from it. From
So
it.
you'd be
Tells
going
me
west?
nothing.
Huh? Well, I've got no points of reference, unfortunately.
No, because the map is fucked. So tell me in directions, where are you going? Left, right, up, down?
Well, if those two marks are what I think they are, I'm gonna go slightly northwest.
Northwest. Okay.
That's the best I can think of.
Alright, so you're heading northwest from the temple, yeah? Avonwaith, what are you going? Where are you going?
I want to go to the docks.
So you're going south.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's... Shen is moving northwest with Quinn. Avonwaith is moving south. Kira, where are you going?
I'm gonna go southwest then.
You're going southwest. Okay. So each of you splits off. Two of you stay together. Now, in the moments after this screech happens, there is a moment for the people in the surrounding area to get their own reactions and finally, like act. I'll say that you get one round of this before we actually get to the whatever inevitably will happen at the end of this. So you have the speed that you would have in one normal round of combat. You each, I believe, have a flight speed of 30, or I could be wrong with that. I think
so.
Avonwaith and Shen, you're both flight speed of 30, right?
I think
Okay. So then you could dash to go 60, which would then mean that you're something in the region of like 80 feet away from each other, maybe 90 feet away from each, because you're sort of not going in a straight line apart. So it wouldn't be 120.
Yeah, I'm thinking of mine like a away and up a little bit. So kind of like if I was doing a dash, it'd be 30 away and 30 up,
Yeah.
roughly.
Okay. So as you're flying and Avonwaith is flying, Kira's on the ground. Kira, well, you're going southwest.
Yeah.
Okay, and are you on foot, obviously?
Well, yeah. I mean, I got no choice. I don't have wings.
Yeah. But as opposed to like taking to the rooftops and stuff.
Let me look at the map again. No, because I mean,
Yeah. Is Kira making any noise in anybody else's Discord or not? Or just...
oh,
No.
sorry. I wouldn't be able to jump from this rounded building right here over to this section over here. I can't really ping it because it wouldn't load.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so that's fine.
So no, I'm running for now until I kind of get to the buildings over here, and then I'll take to the rooftops if I can get there in time.
Okay. Cool. All right. Now, since Shen, Kira, and Avonwaith are each mostly interested in distance, Quinn, you've actually got your action free because you're being carried. What if anything, are you doing during this period, during this moment?
Oh, has she got the orb?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'd probably be looking at the orb, kind of like giving it a once over since I'm being ferried
Okay.
to wherever, so I kind of have,
What, if
no
anything, do you
other-
think that you would be doing with the orb?
I'd be like looking at it, like kind of tossing it between my two hands, not like tossing it like
Yeah.
juggling, but just kind of like putting it hand to hand. Hold on, the music just got
I think there's a
really
slightly
loud.
warm potato that
Yeah.
you're relieving the pressure off of each hand.
Yeah. Just kind of looking at it and inspecting it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's understandable, I think. So you're sort of moving it from hand to hand. It's a 2 foot wide orb, so it's quite a large thing. you're being carried, and the person that's carrying you is going at twice their normal speed to try and get some distance. I would say that trying to keep hold of this thing is going to be hard for you to do. So I'm going to ask for you to roll me a dexterity saving throw to see whether you can keep hold of this thing while you're being held aloft and flying real quick and throwing it from hand to hand. See whether you
technically
can keep it where it
hold-
is.
I'm technically holding her. Can I not guidance her a little bit?
Well, does guidance use a bonus action or an action?
Isn't it? It's a. Oh yeah, it's a turn thing, isn't it? I don't know actually. I usually use it out of combat.
Let's look it up then.
So just a dex save.
Dex save, please. It's an action, and you're using your action to dash.
Oh, so no, I can't do it. No.
So no, you can't do it. Okay, so your dex save is 16. Okay. As you're throwing it from hand to hand, you see that the swirls of like magical essence on the inside of this weird thing that looks like it's made of glass but isn't made of glass. There's no shine to the outside of it. It feels solid, but it doesn't like look solid. It looks just like a miasma of magical power. This thing is like just turbulent and swirling and crazy in all kinds of ways, and the mixture of the quick screech of that bird, not bird, sorry, of the monk. The quick, it was sort of a bird-like screech, is why I've got that in my head. So the quick screech of that monk, the turbulence of being carried through the air by somebody going at twice their normal speed, trying to sprint through the air away from the place, coupled with this like swirling miasma and going between your hands at such a speed, you lose grip of it and it falls from you.
Okay.
It goes towards the ground, and as you're each looking, I think Shen, you're probably looking ahead at where you're trying to fly.
Mhm.
You see that the screech has alerted all of the guards around the castle, and you're flying directly towards them.
Oh crap.
As Quinn, you look down, and you see, with that sinking feeling that you feel in your chest when you see something like crystal or glass or important fall, and you're just too slow to catch it. You feel that sinking feeling in your chest as you see this orb hit the ground, and as it does hit the ground, an enormous swirling black miasma erupts from it. This spreads across the entire area, and on the edges of this miasma, as it touches every part of the world and every person here, you see that each one of them gets turned into like parchment paper with words and letters written all over them, and each one of those then turns into something else and pulls away, unrolling like it's a carpet that's being rolled up. Like every single strip of this parchment is one enormous long length of parchment leading somewhere off miles into the distance. You can't tell where. But as you're looking at this thing, as the smoke is filling the area, as this miasma, this black fog rolls out across the entire city, it touches everything and everything turns into paper. And then from that, the paper rolls back and reveals this area. You are now in an area with a large tower in the center of it. The tower glows. It has a point in the center with pillars holding it up. It looks incredibly reminiscent of the temple, only very, very different. Where the temple was all silence and calm and serene marble, this is instead a glowing blue obelisk, an enormous, terrifying monument to power and power itself. There are 3 enormous pillars that surround it. On the 2 of them that are here and here, you see that there are guards stood atop them with what look like levers or controls or something along those lines.
I can't see what you're talking about. Are we?
Oh,
I'm
so
still on
no
my
one's
other-
streaming.
You should have been able to see it on Kira's thing. If you close the image, you should be able to see it. On the third pillar that is closest to Kira, there is a small person attached to the top of this pillar with like a dome over the top of it. The dome is probably about 12 feet across, and this person is strapped to it. Arms and feet shackled in chains that glow. This person looks weak. They look like the power is being drained from them and being siphoned off into the central obelisk, where near the center there is a very officious looking woman surrounded by cult fanatics. Each of these fanatics is robed, but they all have a very similar looking sigil on their backs, a sigil that it looks like she wears on a badge on her chest. The sigil looks very reminiscent to one that Cirrus wore for KPS, Nightly Protection Security. The only way up to this obelisk is at the northeast, which is where the long walk all the way up is. Now, each of you have just appeared here. It doesn't appear that the people here have spotted you yet. But in order to get a plan together, you're going to need to communicate, and that means shouting, or it means getting close enough to use that telepathy. You've got... I'll give you the next 2 minutes, IRL, to decide what you're each going to do, and then we're going to be rolling for initiative.
Well, go ahead.
I would
Am I-
say after you.
Am I with them when this happened? Can we all see each other?
You are all in the relative positions from this obelisk as where you were when you flew away or ran away from the temple. So Avonwaith, you are south of it. Kira is southwest. Shen and Quinn, you are northwest.
I think we should head towards the obelisk and kind of meet up, so we all see each other. I imagine. So we
As
can
I've just
head-
said, to
I
make
say
any
meet up
plans, you
here.
need to be able to talk to each other, and you can't do that unless you say it out
Oh.
loud. So if you're going to be making this plan without metagaming, then you're going to need to
I
actually
can-
shout this across at each other.
Well, I think we all just can see each other, so I think we naturally gravitate towards each other. But I don't know.
I could talk to Quinn without shouting, right?
No, you have to shout. Haha.
You
Yes.
are going to have to shout because you're like 200 feet away from her.
No.
No, I'm holding Quinn,
Quinn and
aren't I?
Quinn.
Oh, Quinn. Sorry, I'm getting you mixed up with Kira. Yeah. So yeah, you and Quinn, you can talk like between yourselves. You are quite close to a guard though, so in talking, I would need you to make a stealth roll. You've got 30 seconds left. You
Okay.
are Shen. Shen and Quinn are 140
Kira-
feet away from Kira.
Kira had her telepathy thing.
But it's only 30 feet, and I'm not. I don't think I'm
oh,
30 feet from Ava.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
you are in
I
fact
think
60
Shen
feet
needs
away from
to-
Avonwaith.
I think Shen needs to fly somewhere where I
I
can
was
safely
thinking-
be on the ground, because if
I was
we're
gonna- Try to fly over here
yeah.
and drop you down.
Yeah, 'cause it seems like
Okay.
we're in for a fight, and flying and holding somebody probably isn't the
I would
best.
appreciate if I did this. You try and
Yeah.
point enthusiastically to the others.
Yeah.
I lost the stream, by the way. I can't see anything.
It's still up.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
just
know. I
reopen it.
don't see it.
Oh,
Actually, it's
I don't
down.
know.
It's not here.
Oh, apparently it is down.
here.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's back up now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Right, so I'm getting from this that Shen and Quinn are going to be going east.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Alright.
Avonwaith and Kira, you're both going to need to decide alone what each of you are going to do. Then you can't move.
Right.
You know you're not.
Can
you're
I
not
see
moving.
that they've gone east? Have I seen that?
Can you see it from where you are? That would be a perception check at disadvantage because you are like 200 feet away.
Okay,
Sorry,
I
I'm
guess.
trying to get back to where I was.
Yeah, this isn't a round where you're able to move. This is deciding what you're going to do before combat starts. So you're about 160 feet away from them, so you would be able to only see them if you do a perception check at disadvantage. And you
Okay,
got
do
an
perception.
8.
Okay. Is that bad?
Yes, you can't see them. You can see
Darn it.
Kira. You can see Kira. You can't see Quinn. You can't see Shen.
So go to Kira, I guess. Am I
Well,
allowed to?
it's up to you. It's your what Avonwaith would do in this moment, knowing that you can only see Kira, and that if you say anything, then the guards will likely hear you.
I would go towards Kira.
Okay, and Kira, what is your first reaction? Obviously, you don't know that Avonwaith is intending to do that. What would you do in this moment? Would you try and hide?
I
Would you
would,
try and run?
yeah, I'm gonna be stealthy as heck. Like, I don't know where I am. I want to take in my surroundings, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna like kind of hunker down and look around.
Okay. I'll give you all a perception check to see if you can see each other. So I think that would be the first thing that you would do. So,
With
Kira,
or
Quinn,
without
and
disadvantage.
well, I think you get additional dark vision, right? I think you've got like
Yes,
90
an
feet
additional-
of dark vision.
Yeah.
So you can see most of the way towards the others. I would say that you will roll this flat, whereas they will roll this with disadvantage to see you. So you get a 16, you can see them.
Okay.
But Quinn and Shen, you would both need to roll perception at disadvantage to be able to see anybody else.
I think Quinn is just worried
Hold
at
on.
getting back on her feet at this moment.
Okay.
Hold on, I've got true sight because of my sword.
Okay.
I can see in normal and magical darkness.
Yeah.
So
You're not in. So that would just mean that you can still see okay, but you've still got 140 feet between you and Kira. So it doesn't mean that you've got like binocular eyes. It just means that you can everything looks to you as if it's daylight.
Okay.
But
I'll
this is like a black fog rather than it is magical darkness. It's not darkness. It's an obscurity in the actual like weather and climate sort of area of it, right?
Okay, I've rolled a 13 on my perception.
Okay, you
Disadvantage.
can't see them then. Quinn, are you going to roll a perception as well?
No, Quinn is just focused on getting to solid ground.
Okay. So then you each have one more ability check that I'll allow you before we get this started. So what one thing do you think you're each going to try and do? I think Kira, you've already mentioned that you're going to try and stealth this. So I think for you it's going to be a stealth roll. What is everybody else going to try and do? Are you stealthing it, or are you trying to, I don't know, do an athletics to try and push your limits to get further, or what's going to happen?
I would say stealth, because we don't want to alert anybody, do we?
Is that what you're going with as well, Quinn?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I'm easy.
And then Avonwaith?
I'm just looking over my new talents, and I'd have to like research each one. Is there something that would help me? Like,
Research. What do you mean research each one?
I don't know what all they do. Like, I have spirit guardians.
No, it's an ability check. It's a skill check, like acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, athletics. Those kind of things. So the others have elected to use stealth to see if they can try and hide from the guards. What are you trying to do? I know that you want to just get to Kira, but are you getting there quietly? Are you trying to distract people by making a performance of it? Are you trying to deceive people and make them think that you're a guard? Like, what is it that you're actually trying to do here?
Yeah, stealth, I guess.
Stealth.
I don't know if I could deceive them very well, yeah.
So everybody is rolling stealth. You're going to roll this flat. There's no advantage, disadvantage. It's just flat. Unless you've got an ability that gives you advantage. Holy shit. You got a nat 20.
I do.
And you have a +9. That's 29. Kira is like a fucking shadow. In fact, it's hard now that you've hidden. It's hard for Avonwaith to even know where the fuck you've gone.
Oh no.
But Avonwaith still manages to roll an 18 for themselves, and so Avonwaith is able to overcome the. Let me just have a look at the passive perception of these guys. Yeah, easily able to beat the passive perception. I just need Quinn to roll stealth, and I need Shen to roll stealth, please.
You're gonna hate me, Quinn, if you.
Quinn gets a 22 with a 19 on the die.
I
Holy
am
shit.
so sorry.
You
I
are
have
the
a
knight.
12.
12. So, the thing with flapping of wings in the fog is that it stirs up a lot of this turbulent air. And if you've ever seen birds in wind tunnels where they put rivulets of smoke and, long streams of it all the way down the tunnel, you can see that swirl in the air. You can see how the air gets disturbed, but it's very beautiful to watch it. It's like a spiral pattern. And I think as you flap your wings and try and keep you and Quinn aloft, you are able to make that fog into this spiral pattern that kind of confuses the guard nearest you, who doesn't see you, actually. You have all succeeded. You've all beaten their passive perception of 11. They're not expecting somebody to just magic themselves here by chance. What they see is they see rolling fog, and every single one of you has managed to hide effectively. That means that you get one round of combat before they get to check again, and you'll need to roll one more time. So we're going to do this in initiative order, because you are going to be moving at your regular movement speed had you been in combat. So let me just get these guys over to be...
I'll do see a grid.
there we go. Okay, so they've all got the same initiative. Let me just twig each one of you over into combat order as well, so that you're all on the list. Okay, now everybody roll initiative for me, please.
Oh no!
What?
You got a 5.
Well, I mean, you win some, you lose some.
I heard a roll just then, but I didn't see whose it was, and it didn't update on the thing.
Well, I did a
Who's the
roll. I don't think it sounds like one on
Oh
there.
yeah, Quinn, you've rolled, but for some reason it's not updated the thing. Holy shit, you got another 19. Quinn is on it today. Quinn is ready. Quinn's
Yeah,
got it out.
that sort of warning gives me advantage on initiative, so.
It does. And you've got a 22 because of that. But even without that, you still got a 12, which has beaten everybody so far. Shen, what did you get?
11.
11. Nice. And Avelmaith, we need to roll for you, and you got a 4. So
Oh.
Avelmaith and Kira, you're last in the order, but Quinn is first. Now, Quinn, you're being carried by Shen. Now, it can be your choice to drop from out of Shen's hands and move at your own speed if you want to, which would give you the benefit that if Shen fails at their stealth roll on the next turn, then you're not going to be penalised for it. The downside is that you will not be able to move in addition to her speed, because if she flies and you then drop and then you move, then you get to move twice the distance, right? But you'll be separated from her. So there's ways that you can work this. I think that it would occur to you all of these things in the moment, but I don't think that you would be able to discuss these openly with Shen without having to roll again for stealth, because you weren't talking before. It's now a different moment in time. What do you think you're going to do?
Well, is there ground under my feet, or is it
Yeah,
just...
yeah. There's ground beneath you.
okay.
It's like 20 feet below you, because you only really went up a little bit, and the whole terrain has changed and shifted because of the rolling miasma of magic that has changed everything around here. So it's only like 20 feet below you, and I say only 20 feet because in D&D you only take falling damage on every distance above 20 feet. So you can fall 20 feet and not take damage.
Not in real life, you can't.
It just means that you've fallen, though. So,
And where exactly am I on the map at this point?
You're northwest. You should be able to see
Oh, okay,
yourself
I'm
on the
still
screen.
over here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, just real quick, how long has it been since we went into the last map? Because I believe I cast mage armor on myself before we went
Yeah.
into the um
How long
obelisk thing.
does it last? How long is there on the
8
spell?
hours.
8 hours. You were definitely not there for 8 hours.
Okay, so I still have mage armor on me then.
Yeah, I'd say it was probably about like 2 hours that you were there, because you went in, you talked to a bunch of people, you looked around, you took in the sights at the temple, you then spoke to the guys, you tried to. That's a long time. That's not something that happens in 5 minutes. So yeah, you were there for probably about 2 hours, but each round of combat is only 6 seconds, so we're not going to get to the end of 8 hours without doing, like 200 rounds of combat.
Okay.
Probably a lot more.
And
than that,
I'm
actually.
close enough to the ground that I don't take damage, so I don't need to cast like Featherfall on myself or anything.
No,
right?
not for 20 feet. For 20 feet, you can just drop.
Okay.
And that's a free action to do. So that doesn't take any of your movement to just let go. That's like
Okay,
an
so
object interaction.
I'll let go and
Yeah. So you land to the
drop
ground.
to the ground.
Yeah. Are you doing superhero landing, or are you tuck and roll? How does Quinn land when Quinn drops 20 feet?
I'd say she's more of like a tuck and roll than a superhero landing.
Okay. So you land, you tuck and roll on the spot. You're exactly where you were, but now 20 feet lower. So where are you going to go from here? You've got your movement, you've got action, bonus action, and object interactions.
I'd say I'm moving towards this pathway here.
Yeah. You want to get to the base of the walkway there.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you dashing there?
I don't think I have dash, or no, I have.
So yeah, you can take a dash as an action. It's one of those choices that you can make in combat. So for you, if you've got a speed of 30, so a dash action would move you 60, which is to here. If you take your own speed, you're going to be directly underneath the tower where this guy is.
Okay, so yeah, I'll dash to.
So it's there where
yeah,
I've popped.
okay,
Yeah, I measured
there.
it out for you, so that's where you can get to. Perfect. Okay,
Perfect.
so that's your action. You've got a bonus action, and you've got an object interaction. Also, on your turn, you can do any like ability check, like one ability check as a free action. So you could do another perception check if you want, or Arcana, or I don't know, whatever you want to do.
I think Quinn would be kind of scanning the environment to see like what exactly is happening here. Like not,
Okay.
she's not trying to figure. She's not a mastermind. Like figures it all out.
So it's kind of an investigation check, or are you looking for clues?
Just seeing like
before
sort
you
of
investigate.
Yeah, like kind of like a battle, kind of like she feels like battle is imminent and
Right.
seeing how to best prepare.
Okay, key points. You want to look for the key points. What's important
Exactly,
here? What's
yeah.
not important here? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll let you choose then. You can either do perception or you can do investigation, whichever one you want to do. But each one will give you a different answer, like a different aspect of the question.
I'm gonna do perception.
Okay, so then you'll get the key landmarks, the things to look for. Okay, so with a 13, you can see that there is some element of magic being drawn from this small figure. You also see that there's like bundles and like mounds of like dark shapes in the mist surrounding you in the fog. Without a higher roll, you can't really see what they are in the dark right now. Somebody else that might have dark vision or true sight might be able to, but you, as you're stood here, you can't quite see it. with just a perception of 13. I'd say on a 15 or above, you probably would have been able to see this. But for now, you know that there are mounds of things surrounding you, that they are just piled up everywhere within the mist. There's one guy that's being chained down who has his power being drawn from him, and there's these guards stood around the central area. From where you are, you can't quite see up over the lip to the actual like center point of the obelisk because it's above you by it's like 40 feet up off ground level. So for you to have seen over the edge from here, or even from where you were flying with Shen, you wouldn't be able to really see up over the ledge without going up at least another 15 feet or more. But that's what you get for free. So, what would you say is your bonus action going to be, or are you not going to do anything with that?
Not at this point.
Okay. So then that's the end of your turn, and we move on to Shen.
Oh wow.
Shen, what are you doing with your turn?
First of all, I'm going to go 30 along now, which I
Yeah.
think puts me just above, just near Quinn.
It does. But diagonals
Right.
diagonals only cost 5 as well. It's only 3.5 edition that
I don't
it
need
costs
to do-
7.5. So you could be below Quinn or anywhere really on this line.
I'm only doing 30 at the moment. Hold on.
So you're only going 30. So 30.
I can't
is,
really see the grid. Yeah, I can't really see
So
the grid
30
that well.
is to there.
Okay.
So that's without dash. You are 20 feet up in the air. You're still flying. But you are now like 20 feet away from this guy. You're actually only 15
I'm
feet
going to
away
move
from him.
30 again and use dash.
Okay. So you're going to
Which-
be next to... Also,
Okay,
sorry,
right.
you're going to be above Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've
I
both got a
actually-
movement of 30, I believe, unless your sword
Mhm.
gives you more.
My sword says I've got a flying speed of 90.
Of 90? Well, you
Yeah.
are flying, which means that you've only taken a third of your movement.
And that's without dash, right?
That's without a dash.
Okay, I'm going to take
So
the rest
you
of the
can get
60.
to there.
Okay.
So this is a 90-foot move, is up to here.
Whee!
And then you've also
was-
got, if you want to
didn't-
take a dash, then you could actually get to here if you wanted to. And you'd still have like half of your movement
I
left
don't really
on the
want to
dash.
leave Quinn on their own in case something happens.
Okay, cool. Is there anything that you want to do with your action and bonus action? That's broken, man. Who the fuck gave you a sword that makes you fly 90 feet? That's
Yeah, I
that
wonder
person
who.
was irresponsible and should really think about their actions.
It's fine. It gets things moving, right?
Yeah, it gets one person moving at the very least.
I just go wee.
Wee.
I don't know.
Shengo
I just
wee. Okay,
I
so
was gonna
what are
just-
you doing with your action bonus
Hold
action?
on,
then?
I'm just looking up a spell real quick.
Cool.
Come on. Sorry, the website's been slow.
Yeah.
This lasts for 10 minutes, gives me a +2 for my AC. Okay, I'm going with this.
Okay.
I'm
what-
going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
It's good for 20 minutes. I get +2 to my bonus my AC.
Yeah. Okay.
And that-
So Shield of
line.
Faith has got verbal and somatic components, which means that you are saying something and moving your arms in a certain way. That is going to be another stealth roll to try and not attract the attention of the guards here. So I'll need you to roll stealth as you do this.
Okay, come on, not dice. Come on, come on, come on. Oh god, dang it! 1.
With a nat 1, you certainly get their attention. You cast
I
Shield
said-
of Faith and the spell goes off. You now have this Shield of Faith on you and about you, but the guards are now alerted to the fact that you are here, and it is their turn next. What, if anything, are you going to do with the rest of your turn?
Does I just say crap? Like,
You still have more movement.
I
Actually,
have
no, you
all
don't,
my
do you?
actions.
Because you
No, I
just
don't.
used your action, so you don't
Oh,
have
no,
the
I didn't
dash
use-
available.
no, that was bonus action. Sorry.
Oh,
Shield
it was
of
a
Faith
bonus action. So that was a bonus action spell. So then you
Yes.
do have a full action left, which you could dash with if you wanted.
I'm
Or-
dashing.
Or you could try and do a hide action so that they don't know where you are. but they'll
Okay.
need to roll perception to try and find you, and it'll be against your
I'm-
stealth.
I'm hiding again. I'll go hide then.
Okay, so you take the hide action. You're in this dark miasma of fog. Is there anything in particular that you're doing to hide? Because you are sort of flapping on the spot at the moment.
I'm just going in the nearest bit of miasma. I'm just trying to slow my wings a bit.
So then I guess, are you dropping down so that you can be in the
Just a little
thicker
bit.
parts of it? Okay. So you land where you are. You are now in the thickest part of the fog. They will struggle to see you here. They are quite used to this area though, so they're not going to roll at disadvantage. They're going to roll flat. You can roll, and you will also be rolling flat because you did something to actually try and hide.
So do I roll again?
So you're going to be rolling stealth to do the hide action.
10.
So you
I'm
roll a
not
10.
quick. All
Well,
my dice go to me.
Unfortunately, their passive perception is already higher than that. So all of them can still see you. You are on the ground. They will roll perception to see exactly where you are, but they still know the general sort of area that you're in at the moment. So with theirs, they rolled a 14. So unfortunately, they do know exactly where you are. And these guys are going next in the order. One of them, Quinn and Shen, you both see this. One of them on the pillar up here. He is sort of distracted at his work because he's sort of just moving levers backwards and forwards. He looks sort of absent-mindedly around and sees this movement of mouth and hand as the Shield of Faith glows, and you then drop into the mist below you to try and hide away from these guys. This guy points and shouts, "Over here! There's somebody here!"
Yeah, I cut you out.
Okay, over here! There's somebody
Okay, yeah.
here! Again, did you hear that?
No.
Fuck's sake,
We heard.
Discord.
We heard over, and then you cut out again.
Fucking Discord. I can't even raise my voice a little bit without cutting out. Over here! There's somebody over here! Did you hear that?
Okay.
Sort of.
It was garbly, but we heard here, there's somebody over here.
Fucking Discord. I swear to God it's Discord. I fucking hate Discord. Discord can suck a butt today. It really can suck a butt. Okay, so we're going to go in order through these fanatics and see what they want to do. Okay, so they do actually have spellcasting. And I think at the first sign of danger, each of them is going to cast something that you would be very familiar with. And that is Shield of Faith. They all cast Shield of Faith on themselves, ready to go. So each one of them is going to cast that. So, yeah, I've got to go through these in order now, I guess, haven't I?
Can you tell me what Shield of Faith does exactly?
It gives you +2 to AC for 10 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
I've got to go down the list one by one. While I'm doing this, and then I'm going to move them towards where Shen is once I've finished this. Kira, what would you be doing?
I mean, since I hid so well, I was just gonna attack this person right here.
Attack
I don't-
the guy on the pillar?
Yeah, isn't that a bad guy?
Up
He's
here?
holding a staff.
That's a good guy.
He's
That's
chained
right.
down. He's the one that's chained.
Is this an abyss here in
Am I
between
hearing
this
someone
gap?
eat on the microphone, by the way? I'm hearing a wet mouth sound, like...
Not me.
Not me.
Okay. Is who, sorry? You said, is somebody doing something?
No, I was asking, is this gap here between where I'm at and this pillar, is it an abyss or is it ground?
So it is flat ground. You are at the same level as that flat ground. You've got the sort of mounds around you as well, but there's a clear enough space to walk there that you're not going to be on difficult terrain or anything. The thing itself is probably about 30 feet up, 40 feet up, something along those lines. So there would be a climb involved with this to be able to get up there to see him. You could see him from where you were, like, sort of here, but you're only really seeing hands and feet being chained at, like, just from the edges of your vision.
Well, then, since I'm still stealthed, can I use a dash, or will that take me out of stealth?
Well, you're all going to be basically, these guys know that something is going on, and so they're going to be rolling perception as well at the next turn. You're going to need to roll stealth essentially at the end of this round. So yeah, it won't really matter because you're going to need to roll it anyway.
All right, well then I'm probably just gonna dash and like get over here. Hold on, let me measure it.
So while you do that, I'm going to start moving these
Yeah.
guys because they're going to start moving over towards Shen.
So it's 20 feet away from me. I have 30 base movement without a dash, so that's only 50 feet of movement that I can get up there. Because you said it's about 30 feet up, right?
Yeah. So the distance between you and the actual pillar itself is 15 feet. And then your climb speed is the same as your walk speed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would only be getting 15 feet up, yeah. Unless you
So
dash.
I would have to dash. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna dash and get up there.
Okay. So as you get to the top, you can give me an insight check and a perception check to see exactly what you can see. Because it's still dark, even though this guy is lit from underneath. He's sort of in tattered robes, and he's not doing great.
Yeah, that's a 19.
and the perception
For,
as well.
Okay.
This is a small male otter. He is dressed in what look like tattered robes. His the staff that you see him holding in the little icon is actually sort of snapped in half at his feet. His arms and feet are both chained. He is held down on this domed glass, like it looks like a marble sort of sphere, like a clear marble, with the same miasma of magic sort of swirling around it that you had in the big orb at the top of that temple. With an insight check of 19, you could tell that this guy is forlorn. He is depressed. He is upset. He is exhausted. He just wants to be out of here. And above all else, you get a distinct sense that he does not want to be alive anymore.
Oh my god, I think I know who this is, but even my character would be like, I think I know who this is.
Okay.
He's an otter.
I think that at this point, you stood next to him. You can just talk to the guy.
Oh my gosh, what was her name? Hey, are you okay? I'm gonna stay whispered because, you know. How can I help you?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're still going to be rolling stealth anyway, so it won't really make much difference mechanically, so we could just go with it. Hello?
Hey, are you okay? How can I get you out of there? What do you need me to do?
Am I hallucinating?
No, I think I met your other half, and, you know, I think she'd want you home in one piece. So please let me help you. How do I help you?
He is going to roll an insight check, which is going to roll at disadvantage. Even at disadvantage, he gets a 24.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there you go. And he says, Lucille? You have met
Yeah,
Lucille?
She's in a wheelchair, right?
Yes, I make it for
Yes.
her.
Yes. We were at her village. We celebrated Porfmas. I had to eat my present. It was weird, but how can I help you? Forget that. I need to help you.
Is Porfmas? How long have I been here?
I don't know, but tell me what to do to get you out of here.
You can tell by looking a little closer at him now that he has been blinded. You can also tell just by, you know, a flat, like, what's the word? A passive medicine check. So, like, not an active. You're not checking it yourself with a roll. This is just your innate sense of a person's well-being. You can tell that this guy has levels of exhaustion. How many you couldn't tell, but he is very, very exhausted. Hence why he rolled that at disadvantage. He looks completely worn out to the point that he will not be able to move for himself. He has been purposefully wounded in the eyes so that he cannot see. You can see that the wounds have built up a crust, so this has been a very long process, and they've started to go milky white, so it doesn't look like it's anything that can be restored immediately. He does cry tears. He looks completely grieved at the mention of his wife, almost as if with that 19 insight, it's almost as if he'd not only just given up hope of ever seeing her again, but he'd almost moved on from the fact that she even existed because he had to try and keep his mind on other things.
Oh no.
And this man is just a broken shell of a man that you see in front of you. But he is fettered in shackles, and they look to be magical. There's a glow about them, and they're holding him down to this thing, and you can see that his magical energy is being siphoned off by whatever this thing is.
What is this broken staff here? What happened? How do I get you out?
Is my staff. They broke it.
Oh.
His weapon. They would not let me have weapon. But they left it here while I could see, so that I could be reminded of what rebellion would earn me. I tried. I tried to get out. I tried my best.
And we're going to
Lucille.
help you get out. It's okay.
Oh, Lucille.
I know that she can't wait to hug you. Now help me help you. How are they holding you here?
It's
I'm
magic.
trying to move this fast too.
Yeah. It's magic chains. You will need
How do
to
I-
try to destroy chains.
Do you know what kind of magic?
Destruction magic. Just blast the shit out of them. These people, they are not clever. They are trying to do some bullshit to get out of the forest. I cannot help them. What happened before was tragic, but they think it's my doing, and they want to get out.
So there's more to that story, but we'll cover that later. Right now, let's get you out of here. And then I know it's
Yes,
got to move on, so.
You need to destroy chains to get me out of here, or you will be taking me out of here without arms and legs.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
So that's your action and movement. You've still got bonus action. Now, you are a
with-
rogue, so you can do bonus action hide if you want to try and use your stealth to your advantage. Otherwise, these guys are just going to roll it flat and see if they can see you.
Yeah, do I need to re-roll stealth then right now?
We're going to do that at the end of the turn, I think, so that everyone can
Okay.
work together. But is there anything in particular that you want to do? Are you going to use the hide action is my main question, to give yourself that advantage.
Well, my question was with my spell or whatever it is, mending.
Yeah.
Would that fix his staff? It says it's a touch. It would mend any object. I don't know if that would fix the magic or just fix the staff itself.
It's a magical object is the problem, unfortunately. And on many magical staffs, I'm telling you the player and not the character. Like, your character probably
Right.
wouldn't know this. But in many magical, wondrous magical staffs that you can get in D&D lore, the moment that you snap them, it explodes the magic out of them, and they are no longer considered magic items. They're like an expended item at that point. There's nothing
Okay.
left inside of them. So even to mend it would just be putting the wood back together. You would not be putting any of the magic inside of it.
Okay, but still, me being a rogue, I would probably hide. So I'm gonna hide.
Okay. So then you'll get advantage on your stealth roll in a moment, and it won't be
Okay.
it won't be flat. Next in the order then is Avonwaith. So Avonwaith, you are on ground level, or no, actually you were flying, weren't you? So you're 20 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
You are in this sort of black miasma fog. You can see that people have shifted their positions and they've shouted alert. There's Kira is over to your left. You were going to move over in that direction. Kira's not. Kira rolled so high on stealth, and your passive perception is only 16, and she rolled a 29. So unfortunately for you, you don't see where she moved after she was at this point. So where she was is where you think she still is. Now you are free to move in that direction if that is still your intention, but you have seen things unfold in front of you. It's now your choice of what to do.
Can I do Spirit Guardians?
Spirit Guardians.
Yeah. Would that help me?
So you call forth spirits to protect you. They flit around you at a distance of 15 feet for the duration. If you are good or neutral, their spectral form appears angelic, blah blah blah. When you cast this spell, you can designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it. And an affected creature's speed is halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn, it starts its turn there. It must make a Wisdom saving throw. I mean, yeah, you can. It's a 15,
Oh, do I have to see my
It's a
friends
15-foot radius around yourself, and it lasts for 10 minutes. It's concentration.
Oh, so I should wait. I should hold off, maybe.
It doesn't matter.
Until
It's like it's 10
closer.
minutes. It's 10 minutes. So if you cast it now, then it'll last for like 60 rounds of combat.
Oh,
So it would make more sense to cast it now than to wait.
okay.
And in fairness, if we see a guardian floating around you, we're not going to go within 15 feet of you, Martha. Just out of
Okay.
self-information.
The other thing to this is what Shen had to consider is that there are verbal and somatic components to this spell, which means that you're saying something and doing something physically, which is going to be visible. So they're going to notice that you're there, and they're going to be rolling perception to see if they can spot you.
Well, I think it's all about to go down anyway, so.
So you want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast Spirit Guardian on yourself. It's a 15-foot radius, so we're just going to accept that you have a 15-foot radius around you. I don't know if I want to... Do I want to keep that? Yeah, I'll keep it. Otherwise, I'll just forget. So yeah, you have this 15-foot radius around you. I'm just going to reveal that to everybody so everyone can see that in the chat. Now, nobody is actually in your radius at the moment, but this is a concentration spell that lasts for 10 minutes. So long as you don't lose concentration on it, it will continue for 60 rounds of combat. Now, what do you want to do now? Because that's your action. You've now got movement and bonus action.
I'll move forward like half the distance between me and that thing in front of me. Like half the distance, so I'm halfway closer.
So you want to go as far as you can, is that?
To the not to that thing, to the big thing, yeah.
Up to there. Okay, so
Yeah.
you want to be going to about here.
Yeah.
You're not gonna still follow through with trying to find me?
Well, you'd be hurt by my thing.
No,
If-
because you can
'cause I-
designate who
No,
isn't
you can
affected by it.
choose. You can
Oh.
choose that to not have
Yeah,
it affect
You can
your
choose for it
friends.
to not affect people. Any number of creatures you can see.
So, for
Alright.
example, if all of our party were together, you could
Oh.
choose for our party not to be affected by your spirit guardians.
Am I going to be a dick about this? That's the real question. Because the wording of the spell is any number of creatures you can see.
Yeah.
Which
But
means
as you see
because you
them-
can't see Kira because she disappeared when she stealthed so hard, like a fucking Neo.
Like a
or
rogue?
Yeah, like a rogue, like a son of a bitch, fucking broken character. You lost sight of her, so now you can't designate her. So actually, you're
can't
quite right.
designate-
Yeah, you're quite
Okay.
right. You can't actually designate her to be safe from it because you can't see her.
Okay.
So yeah, you're gonna need to bear that in mind. So you can still move 30 feet north if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Don't forget the
okay.
radius.
I'm moving it, don't worry. It's a different screen to have to be able to move it. Like a different selector tool. I can't do them both at the same time. Okay, so you move to here. You've now got bonus action. I don't believe you have any bonus action abilities that you can do.
Okay.
Apart from like a healing potion. But yeah, you
Can
you
I
don't need to heal.
later designate people to be safe, or is it done
No.
now? It's no more
When you
designating.
cast this spell, you can designate
Okay.
any number. Yeah. So
Okay.
it's at the point of spell casting. Okay, so
Okay.
we now get to the end of this round of combat. I'm going to ask everybody to roll stealth again to see whether we are still hidden and in a proper what's the word, surprise condition for these guys. Because one of you has alerted them, but the other 3 have not. So they are only alerted to one member of the team here, and because you are so separated from each other, I'm not counting you as a group with a group stealth check. If you had have stuck together, it would have been a group stealth check, and you would have succeeded because the average would have been higher. As it happens, you are separated, and so you will each roll separately.
So if
so
they're
you're-
distracted by Shen, does that mean that we have advantage?
You already have advantage. You can't stack advantage on top of advantage.
I was asking for others.
I get that. But also there are people who are, like this guy over here, for instance, on the northwest pillar. He is, like, looking directly over the top of Quinn towards Shen, so Quinn doesn't get advantage. This guy over here is directly above Avonwaith, so, you know, he is going to roll normal as well. There's 2 guys stood next to the woman in the middle. They are not facing towards Shennis because they're guarding her. So yeah, there's a bunch of people that are still going to be in the area looking for you and not at Shen. Because for a guard to immediately abandon their post and run in the direction of the distraction would be a bad guard. Is the point I'm making. And this is endgame. They are not dumbasses. So that's where we're at. Each of you roll me a stealth check, please. Kira,
guess-
roll it with advantage.
I guess I don't need to roll.
Well, yeah, you've already been spotted.
I've been outed already, so
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not good.
With advantage, you got an 11. How is that even possible?
advantage.
Or is that 12?
Have you done it twice?
Yeah. No, you did.
I said-
You did. You did do it. It was advantage. Yeah. It was a 1 and a 2
Oh,
plus 9 equals 11.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. So Quinn got a 13, you got an 11. Let's see how Avonwaith does. A fucking 18. Jesus Christ.
Nice.
How the hell do you have
now-
an 18 with glowy bits around you?
Right, I know, right? It's like, how the fuck are you? not a rogue, flying, glowing, with God Force around you, saying and doing like spell casting. How are you managing to hide? Fucking
I'm
fuck
over
me.
here. Hang on.
So their passive perception is 11. So Kira, you have beaten their passive perception, but they are on alert, which means that they are actively looking around. So all they need to do is not get above, they don't need to get an 11 or lower for this to be okay for all of you. And I'm only going to roll it on the one of these guys. And with that, they got 5. So they're looking around frantically, but they just can't seem to grasp where most of you are. But they do see where Shen is. Shen, you are not hidden from them, but they have used their turns. They have moved to where they were going to move. They've shouted alerts to the boss lady. It is back to the top of the order, and it's Quinn's turn. Quinn, you are hidden. You are still surrounded by these lumps all over the ground. You can see that Shen has gained the ire of these cultists, and that they have all cast spells on each other, or well, on themselves rather. So you know that they are some level of spellcaster. It's up to you now what you're going to do.
So I guess my choices here are: do I fire the first shot because nobody has done that yet, or continue moving over here somewhere? Do I have disadvantage if I try to attack this guy because he's like above me?
We are still doing altitude advantage in this campaign, yes. So they are you're gonna be attacking them with disadvantage. I've decided after we've played it through on this campaign, I've decided that for the next campaign that we're not doing it anymore because it's a pain in the arse and it just means that everybody gets fucked in some way or another.
Yes, I got effed by that.
Yeah, so we're just gonna just out and out get rid of it. I mean, it's up to you. Do you guys want to get rid of it? Like, do you want to just say for the rest of this campaign that we're just not going to do it?
It's up to the people that. I mean,
Can fly.
I guess so. I mean, you have 2 people that can fly
Yeah.
and 2 people that
What are we
can't.
getting?
so-
What are we getting rid of?
The question is, would you rather not have to deal with altitude-based advantage on attack rolls?
What? No,
So
of course I
someone,
want-
Because
but if someone is taller than you or higher than you, you get disadvantage.
yeah. So
Well,
at
I
the
have-
moment, right? So at the moment you can fly, right? So
Yeah.
so that's great for you. However, you are only 20 feet above the ground. These guys are 40 feet above the ground. So if they attack you now, they will all definitely have advantage on you until you fly upwards. So there's that to consider. But on a non-metagaming perspective, it basically means that those members of your party who can't just fly up and suddenly have advantage on everything, that they aren't going to get fucked. Because Quinn, at the moment, if she gets spotted, she's going to have like 6 different magic users hurling spells at her that she can't escape from very easily because she's on the ground and can't fly. So, yeah, this is why in the next campaign I am removing this altogether because it's a broken mechanic and it shouldn't be in the game. But I'm asking you guys, would you rather keep it until the end of the campaign, or do you want to get rid of it now? If one person says that they want to keep it, then it gets kept. Because I want it to be a unanimous decision.
Oh.
I'm easy. I'll go with the majority.
I'm fine with it going away,
Gwen?
but I'm also on the ground.
Thoughts, Quinn?
That's a tough one because, I mean, flying has been kind of fun in this game so far, but then again, you know,
You'll still be able to
Kira and I
fly.
are
You
both
just
on the
won't get.
ground.
You'll be able to fly. You just like the people who
Oh,
can't fly
right,
will
yeah,
still
yeah.
be able to. You just won't get advantage on attack rolls or disadvantage at being lower.
I mean, it does severely fuck us over, me and Kira, who cannot fly. I'm okay with it going away as well, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't want to be the deciding factor on that. That's a lot of pressure.
Well, on that note, Avonwaith, what do you want to do?
Personally, I think it would be good for me, but I guess I have to let it go for the team.
Okay. So with that in mind, no more advantage disadvantage on altitude.
So
and
get
when-
I have the high grounds out of the way now.
Yeah, exactly. There's no more I have the high ground, Anakin. Okay, so Quinn, you no longer have disadvantage against this guy, nor will he have advantage against you. What would you like to do if you are going to do anything with that guy? I will also say as well that because the pillar that he stood on is so narrow that he can't be considered as having half cover, but the guys down here, they do have half cover because you're looking up at them over a ledge, which half cover essentially means that they get +2 to their AC.
Alright.
3/4 cover gets +5. Total cover, you can't hit them.
And what's the distance here? How do I do distance again?
So there's like a measuring tape on the thing. So yeah, there's you're 35 feet away from this guy.
And 30 feet
and
from
30
the other
feet
one.
away from that guy. But bearing in mind you need to make it to the pillar and then climb the pillar, and the pillar is 40 feet up.
I don't want to climb it.
So
Um,
trigonometry wise,
Right.
I
Sorry.
remember 3 and 4 equals 5 in Pythagoras theory and all that trigonometry. So that's like the one thing that I do remember from that fucking class. So yeah, you are exactly from where you are now. This guy is exactly 50 feet away from you, like on the diagonal.
Okay.
If we're talking IRL.
I'm
In
gonna.
the game, we
oh,
remember
oh,
we don't count diagonals as being any more. So
Oh shit! Where was I?
you
I
were
moved my token by
you were there.
accident. Okay. I was trying to drag the screen and I dragged my token. I want to move just a little bit further back and
Mhm.
then shoot a chromatic orb at this guy here.
Cool. Do it up.
Okay. I'm gonna cast at 2nd level. We'll go with acid. That is a 26.
That's a 26 to hit. I think that's a
Ow.
ranged. It's a ranged spell attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, ranged spell attack. So it still has to beat his AC, and you rolled a 26 to beat his AC, which it certainly does. So roll damage.
I don't know how I rolled a 26.
You got a 19 plus 7.
Oh, okay. We'll go with that.
You're all rolling super high on this, session.
And that's 9 points of damage.
9
Acid
points of
damage.
So chromatic orb lingers on the clothing though as well, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure.
There you go. I linked it.
No, it was already there. It was. You just click on the thing and it
Oh, okay.
goes down and you can see the whole thing. Oh no, this isn't that one. Oh, I must be thinking of something else. I think there's a more powerful spell that makes the acid stay on your clothing, so you take the damage again the next turn.
This is just straight damage.
Okay, so you've moved 15 feet. You've taken this spell attack at this guy. He's taken 9 acid damage. Is there anything else that you want to do on your turn?
No, that would be it.
Okay, Shen's turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can still fly 90 feet. You're on the ground, but you would be able to take to the air and fly. And they know where you are.
Okay, so right, just thinking then. I'm just thinking back to my vision, dream, whatever it was.
About.
Didn't that tell me to pretty much go straight up in the air?
Take it as you will. I don't remember interpreting it for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bonus action to create a spiritual weapon. How far can my spiritual weapon come from me? Isn't it something like 30 feet?
60
Have you got
feet.
it? Have you got it open? 60 feet.
Range of 60 feet, yeah.
Okay. So, and I think you can you move it by 30 feet on each turn? Is that it?
Or 20 feet by each turn I can move it, yeah.
Okay. So then, you can create it up to 60 feet away, and because we're doing diagonals at no additional penalty, it's 35 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one, yeah.
There. Okay, great. So
This
let me
is
get
before
your
I move, by the way.
token out. There you go. So you get
And-
that. Yeah, it can make an attack when it's conjured, though, can't it? I think.
Oh, yeah, hold on. I'm going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to conjure it at level 3, so it gives me an extra 1d8.
Nice. And do what with it?
Let's see. Hold on, let's see. When you first cast a spell, you can take an melee attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon.
Yep. So do a melee roll, I guess. Melee attack roll. I think it
One
uses
dice.
your spells, right? Your spell component. So it's 8 plus proficiency plus your spellcasting modifier. Should be. No. No. Hang on.
Hmm?
Wait. No, that's your spell save DC. Your proficiency. So it would be whatever you roll plus your proficiency plus your spellcasting modifier. So it's not. Ignore the 8.
Okay.
So yeah. So whatever you roll plus proficiency, which what is that for you guys now? It's 3, right? Yeah, 3. I don't know what your wisdom modifier is, but yeah, so be your.
My wisdom modifier is +4, so that'd be +7.
So whatever you roll
Whatever I
plus
roll.
7.
17 + 7.
Oh, 24 definitely hits. Is this guy that you're going for?
Hold on, I'm on a different tab.
That
Yeah,
guy?
why not?
Okay.
Okay, so that's 2d8 plus my spellcasting modifier, which I believe
Yeah.
is pretty much the same thing, isn't it?
It's your wisdom modifier. Yeah. Clerics.
This
and
is
wisdom
force damage, by the
casters.
way.
Force damage. Cool.
Okay, that's not the best roll, but we've got +7 to this. So that's 7 + 7, 14.
14 damage is a number. That's still a number.
And
Yeah.
since I
So
haven't moved,
that's your bonus action. You've still got action and movement.
I would to shoot 90 feet straight up in the air, and I could do that without any dashing.
That's true. So you go 90 feet up in the air.
Hi, guys!
Let me just.
And
how do
I've used
I-
my movement. I think I've used my bonus action for the spiritual weapon. Have I actually used an action yet?
There you go.
I
Have
don't
you
know
used
if
an
I've
action?
actually used
You've not
that.
used an action yet, no.
Oh, blimey.
But
Well, I
spiritual
know
weapon
I've
is a spell, so you've got a cantrip if you want, or you could do any of the other actions like dodge, disengage, dash, for instance.
If I was to light my dress, use the cantrip light on my dress,
Yeah.
would that give a disadvantage for the perception of all the enemies for the others to see the
Light.
others?
Oh, to see the others. So are you saying could you distract them well enough to like give them the help action?
Yes.
Okay. If you cast light, yes, but that will mean that they will all automatically know exactly where you are at all times.
Well, I can spell it any time, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I cast light, so I want to give. No one else has been seen yet. I might as well give. I have been seen, so I might as well give myself. I'll be a martyr.
Sweet.
But I'm 90 foot in the air. Good luck trying to get me at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if it works, it works. Right. So yeah,
So I'm lit up.
You've cast light, cantrip, not concentration or anything like that. You've now got this glowing beam of light, basically. It's just like a shining, shimmering ball of light that you are 90 feet up in the air.
I look even more like an angel than ever.
I mean, you really do. Now, bearing in mind that these guys are all 40 feet off the ground, and that means that you are 50 feet range away from them. Because we don't take in diagonals as being penalties when you're above, and you're only 35 feet horizontal away from them. So yeah, you're 50 feet away from them. That's fine. So that's your action, your bonus action, and your movement. I believe that is the end of your turn. We now go to the cult fanatics. Is this guy's turn first, and he is all the way down here near to Avonwaith. But he doesn't know where Avonwaith is. So, what is he going to do? So he's not within range to use his spiritual weapon. Nor can he really do anything with... Let me see. That's 60 feet as well. They can't do anything with that, so this guy is going to take the dodge action, where he is on his pedestal. So he's dodging. Next guy over here. He is at the bottom of this ramp. He is near ground level, so we'll just call it ground level. And he wants to try and get at you. But unfortunately, that is 60 feet, that's 30 feet. What is this? 30 feet. And that one is... Okay. So, yeah, he is gonna make his way back up to the top here. He's gonna use a dash action to do so, because he can't really do anything with spells. So he's now back up here at the top. None of these guys can really do anything on their turn. So this guy is going to take the dodge action, and he's going to move over here so that he can get out of the way of the spiritual weapon. This guy as well is going to move over. This guy too. This guy, and this guy only just came up here. I don't think that he would know to move. So he's going to stay where he is. That's all of them now. It is now Kira's turn.
Alright, if I move... Oh, hold on.
Don't forget I can't protect you.
Hold on, I'm just trying to measure distance.
30 feet from where you're stood.
Dang. Can I stand there?
You'll be hanging off the side, yeah. You've got a climb speed, so you're okay to do that.
How is that not... Am I measuring incorrectly?
30 feet.
Yeah, I was... Alright, so I'm gonna telepathically talk to Avonwaith. I know that they can't answer me, but...
Mm-hmm.
I found the otter's husband. This is in your head, Avonwaith. I found the otter's husband. He is being held hostage. We need to cast some kind of holy spell on his chains to free him. But I don't have that ability. So I see that you're kind of glowy, and I don't know if that's good or bad. So maybe don't hurt us, but try to come help if you can. And I'm gonna go back over to him real quick, and I'm gonna use the spell. What is it? Identify, to see if there's
Identify.
any kind of I'm gonna touch the chain to see if there's any specific spell that needs to be used to break it, because it will tell me the magic and everything. Hold on. Identify. You choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it's a magic item or other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunements to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If it was created by a spell, I learn what created it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that would tell me anything. Never mind.
Do you
Never
want to
mind.
cast it? It's up to you. Do you want to cast it?
No, it's probably not going to tell me anything. It's just going to be like, oh, this was made with dark magic. And I'll be like, yeah, I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to heal him until he's free, because it's just going to get sucked right back into the chains. So shit.
If only you had a holy sword.
Right?
On the wrong side.
I do have that, but I can't get close.
I'm still hidden, right?
Yeah, you are for the moment, yeah.
So my range is 80 feet with my whisper weapon. And if I'm hidden when I use it, it will be psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try to attack.
Okay. So you're going to attack the chain, yeah?
No, not the chain. I'm going to attack this guy.
Oh, you're gonna attack that guy? Okay.
Yeah.
How far away is he? He's 30 feet.
Yep. And
Okay,
since I'm
cool.
hidden, so like I said, psychic damage. So I'm gonna roll for attack.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, 23 to hit. 23 definitely hits. Give me your
It says
damage
piercing,
roll.
but since I'm hidden, yeah.
It's psychic. Yeah. That's a 5. How's that a 5?
How's that a
Oh, it's
5?
plus oh, so it's 17 overall because you got a 5 plus 12. So you've got
okay.
17. The way that D&D Beyond does this on the screen really fucks with my mind, and this is why we're not using it next time. Yeah, that's really fuckity. I don't enjoy D&D Beyond at all. Okay, so 17 damage to this guy, yeah?
Yeah.
And with that, you take him down to more than half of his hit points. He's just like screaming in terror at the psychic pain that he's getting. Now that you've done that, you hid and then you fired from hiding.
Yes.
So I want to know on the wording of that weapon, Whisper. Does that grant you the ability to remain hidden after taking that action?
It says while you are hidden or invisible, your attacks with this weapon would deal psychic damage. As a bonus action, you can roll a DC 15 concentration check. If I succeed, attacks you make this round do not end your invisibility or reveal your position. So I need to roll a concentration.
So concentration. So that's a Constitution roll. Is a concentration roll.
Oh, so just Constitution?
So it would be a Constitution, yeah. So it'd be like do a Constitution saving throw if you don't. Whatever.
Yo, let's go!
22. You got a nat 20. Holy shit. So this guy feels this get like hit into him, but he's like doesn't know where the fuck it's from, and he starts to freak out. She's stood right next to him and is like, "Will you calm down, Gerald? Just take a breath. Jesus Christ, man." Jesus Christ the dragon, of course. Okay, so you are still hidden. You're stood next to this guy. You've not investigated the chains for magical properties they might have, but you have at least remained hidden and caused some damage to one of the cult fanatics.
Yeah.
It is the end of your turn? Question mark.
I mean, my bonus action, I just rehide again?
Well, you're invisible, so that's kind of just a given at this point. So you can do whatever you want as far as that hide action is concerned. Like, I don't see much point in stealthing when you're invisible. That feels like an empty roll to me. Because if you're invisible and I make you roll and you roll a nat 1, then what the fuck have you done? Do you know what I mean? Like, tripped over?
Right. No, I'm just... I think that's the end of my turn, yeah.
I mean, I might rethink this before the next campaign. Depends how broken this is in this battle. But for now, I guess I'll just say, yeah, you're invisible, for the sake of moving it along quicker. Next in the turn order then is Avonwaith. Avonwaith, what you do?
Okay, well, I heard this voice, but I don't know where it's coming from, and I can't really go over there because my spirit guardians will hurt them. And I don't think I can do.
The last you saw Kira, they were over on the left. They were there. That's the last that you saw them before they slunk away into the darkness and you didn't see them again. So you have an idea that they're probably over on your left. You just don't know exactly where.
But if I move over there, I could hurt them.
But that would be metagaming. To not move over there would because of hurting them because you don't know where they are. That is metagaming. That's you saying, but I have an inclination that they are over there, and I don't want to hurt my friend. That's called metagaming. So you would need to still move over there if what your choice is to move in their direction.
I'm confused. Because they called me, but I have this thing around me that could hurt me. So if I go towards my friend that called me while I could hurt them.
Right, but you don't know where they are, so you wouldn't know where the boundary is to stop.
So shouldn't I not head that way?
I mean, that's up to you. If you choose to move in that direction, then you're moving to where you think your character would go if they didn't know where Kira was.
Right.
Can you choose to end that spell just out of curiosity for future reference?
Yeah, you can choose to end it, yeah. You can choose to end any spell. It's concentration especially, so yeah, even the enemy can choose for you to make you drop it. So yeah, you can
Oh.
you can drop whenever you want. The fact is though that it's like it would have cost you a spell slot to cast it, and whether you want to waste that.
Yeah, no.
But it's your spell economy at the end of the day, isn't it? Because you, like, technically speaking, and trying to avoid metagaming as much as possible here, you could, in theory, drop it, go and find her. Once you've found her, then recast it. At that point, you can see her and you can designate her safe. But that would be metagaming bullshit, and I shouldn't have said it. But that is a way that you could have gotten around it.
But wouldn't I lose a spell slot and have to use another or something?
Yeah,
Yep.
but it depends on how precious you are with your spell slots.
Uh,
Some people just throw them around willy nilly. I seem
Can
to
I
remember you
see-
casting Speak with Animals in almost every fucking session that we've had.
well, I don't know how to.
And that was definitely spell slots.
Can I see the enemy?
Yeah, you can see two guys are stood either side of the big boss lady, and one guy is over to your right on the top of a pillar.
So my whatever it's called, Spirit Guardians,
Yeah.
that doesn't hurt anybody until I go in range. Like, so should
Yeah,
I move?
they
in
need
range?
to be within your range, yeah. They need to start their turn there or move into that space on their turn.
Can I also fire my arrow
Yeah,
and use my other things?
yeah.
So can I move in range? Can I use Hunter's Mark too, or no?
No, that's not something that clerics can do.
Oh,
That's a
right, I
ranger.
forgot.
That's a
I
ranger
forgot
thing,
I'd
yeah.
lost that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You say you lost it. I remember being quite generous by allowing you to reclass. You make it sound like I did you a hardship. You still have a longbow and you're still able to use it, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go for it. I don't know.
Okay.
Hopefully
Where
other
are you
people will come.
moving to? Because remember, you've got ranges on this. You actually have up to 150 feet on your longbow before you start taking disadvantage on any throws. But it's up to you where you actually move, because where you are at the moment, these two guys ahead of you, they are not on your level. They're 20 feet up from you, so they've got a +2 to their AC comparatively. If you flew up and got on their level, then they would not have that bonus, and it would be easier to.
I
hit
thought
them.
we got rid of the bonus.
How do you mean?
No, that's
Oh,
for
okay.
advantage or disadvantage, not for
Yeah.
cover.
Oh.
Yeah, advantage
Okay.
means you can roll 2 and take the higher number on the die. +2 to AC is to do with cover. That's because they've got a half cover because of the angle that they're at. You can't really see their legs very well because they're stood on a level ground, but they're like away from the ledge. So as you look up at them from where you are, the angle of it means that you can only really see half of their person. So that gives them a +2 to their AC in the rules. If there was a 3/4 cover and they were like hidden behind a pillar and they like moved in so that you could only just see the edge of them, then they'd get a +5 to their AC. If they went into total cover where you couldn't see them, then you can't hit them at all. It's impossible. So yeah, that's just how this works.
So maybe I should fly up
Okay.
to like 10 feet above their height or something.
Okay, that's fine. You're still not going to get the advantage disadvantage thing for being above them, but at least they're not going to get their bonus to the AC. So you're going to 10 feet above them. That is your full movement, because you're only 20 feet off the ground. They're 40. To get 10 feet up, you would have to go upwards by 30.
Okay.
So
And
you
then-
are now 50 feet up.
And then I'll aim my arrow at, I guess, the guy on the left.
Yep. That guy.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Let's get this rolling. You roll a 19 on the die for 22 total to hit. That hits. He takes 10 damage. I'll reveal this so you can see all of it. There you go. And I'll change that to public rolls now, so you'll be seeing all of my rolls now. Okay. Now then, at the end of that round of combat, it is now time for everybody to roll another stealth check again to see whether you can all hide efficiently. Kira,
Again, not
you
me.
don't need to because you are now just fully invisible. Shen, you are 100% visible to everybody. There's no chance of you rolling this whatsoever. If they can't see you, then they're idiots, frankly. Now, Quinn and Avonwaith, you can both roll.
Yeah, okay.
What am I rolling?
Stealth. Avonwaith gets a 15. And you get an 11, which just meets their passive perception. Let's see if you can beat their rolled perception. Unfortunately, neither of you can. They are now aware of 3 of you on the battlefield. Actually, I think you said that you were going to give them the help action, didn't you? You can only really grant help action to 1 person, but I'd say that yes, this will distract well enough that they can each get advantage. So Quinn, if you roll that flat again, and you're trying to beat a 19. So just another
Roll a
flat
stealth
roll.
again.
Yeah, another flat stealth roll again to see whether you can beat a 19. You got an 18. That's unfortunate.
Nope.
So the only person that is still invisible is Kira. And as the rogue, that kind of makes sense, to be fair.
Yay.
So we are at the end of that. That's Avonwaith's turn. We're back up to the top of the order. We've got 15 minutes left on this session. So let's see if we can get around a full round of combat before we end the session.
Oh, I thought we were about to be done with the whole game forever. So we still got more games.
Well, yeah. You've not even got to the Raven yet.
No, we
We need to
just said
get
that we're
Casimir back.
we're just entering endgame. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're just getting towards the end of the game. This is not the last session. No, we've still got plenty more sessions.
Last chapter, not
Oh.
last section.
And Casimir, I'm being careful not to say his real name because it's being recorded, of course. So yeah, Casimir can't come back to the table next week, but potentially is back at the table the week after.
So we need to hurry up and find his soul.
So you need to hurry up and find his soul. There was something that I had planned where he might be able to come back this week. He said that he couldn't because he's got to move. So instead, he's going to be back next week, we hope. We hope that he can get back before the end because I'm not going to keep postponing it because that wouldn't be fair on you guys. So, if he can't make it for the ending, then he can't make it for the ending.
I'll have to double check, but I'm not sure about that week either.
What, next week?
No, next week is fine. It's the week after. I'm not sure of.
Okay.
I'll double check before.
Yeah. It's not the end of the world. If it turns out that we can't do that week, then we can just postpone it as well. But that'll be... Michael won't be here next week. But to be honest, I think that this battle is probably going to continue into next week anyway. And he's not going to just magically turn up in the middle of a battle. So, you can afford that one. The one after that will probably postpone then. But we'll wait and see. Let me know if it changes. Everyone, think about what you want to do before we get to your turn so that we're not dawdling when we get to your turn, because we shouldn't be taking so long on each round. Quinn, what would you like to do on your turn?
Sorry, I had to keep muting my microphone because my dog keeps barking at delivery guys.
Fair enough.
Um,
That's the job.
I'm going to continue attacking this guy over here.
That guy over there? Okay.
Yep, and I'm gonna hit him. Let's see here. Let's go with a firebolt.
Cool.
Rolling to hit. And that's a 25. Assuming
25
that
to hit,
hits.
definitely hits, yeah.
Okay, rolling damage. 16.
Ooh. Ooh, nasty. That's a 7 and a 9. That's painful. So with a 16 damage, yeah, you take him down to very low. This guy is like Death's Door kind of level. He's sort of not quite Death's Door, more like Death's Stoop. He's on like Death's front porch, but he's not quite there at Death's Door yet. But he definitely spots where this fire bolt flies out from, He's under no illusion of where you are hiding. Now, with that firebolt coming out from your hand, I'll give you a perception check with advantage because you're lighting up the area somewhat to see what these like mounds are around you.
Okay.
Shen being lit with this light cantrip, unfortunately, is not going to help light up much. That was a
My
flat one.
perception
Do you want to
probably
roll
isn't too much.
it again? Because you've got that with advantage, remember.
Oh, okay. Perception. There we go.
15!
That's a
That was
little
it.
better.
That was the number you needed. With a 15, as your firebolt leaves your hand and flies out towards this guy, you're sort of like casting this fire towards him, and as this jet of flame leaves from your palm, you see the lit up remains of dead furbolgs piled high all around you. And as the flame lights up at this guy, I think that not only does he light up with the touch of flame that you've just zapped him with, but a light bulb above your head lights up, and you start to realise that this must be where they've been taking all of the furbolgs and where they've been disappearing from. There's got to be something here to do with that. It is now the rest of your turn. You've still got movement and I think bonus action. Yeah, bonus action.
I'm actually gonna stay put.
Okay, cool. Are you going to use a bonus action?
I don't have any bonus actions really, so nope.
Cool.
I'm
Right.
done.
Then Shen, you are 50 feet away from the nearest baddie, I guess. What do you want to do? Yeah, you're
Okay,
exactly 50 feet away from the nearest guy. This
Okay,
guy's
I
50
know
feet
this
away.
whole platform is 40 feet off the ground.
Yeah, you're looking
But how
down
tall-
at it now.
Okay, how tall is the this bit?
The obelisk. It's
Yeah.
sort of I would say something in the realms of like 20 feet high. So it's got good big vaulted archways, but it's quite a flat top. There's not really a point to it. It's just sort of an open thing through it. But you can see in the middle that there is like a glowing, rotating, undulating, like magical presence there. That's sort of it's almost the same as what this undulating magic that you've seen in the others, but this is like raw power just let loose. It doesn't look controlled at all. It's like just spinning mad. But yeah, it's there, right in the
Alright.
center.
Well, first of all, I'm going to use my bonus action to move my spiritual weapon and slice a dude.
Okay, you gonna
I
fuck
think
the
I
dude?
could go here.
Yeah.
Was this the guy that had extra
This was
armor?
the guy that was down here, so he was at the bottom of the ramp. The guy that you
Okay.
actually hurt before is this guy.
Okay, so I'm going to just give the nearest dude a slice.
Cool. So roll with disadvantage because he took the dodge action.
Oh, dang it. That's what I meant to ask, not who had the AC, who had the dodge.
All of them have taken the dodge action that could, because they've not been able to actually,
Roll high.
up to this turn, they've not been able to see any of you, or at least they've seen
Ooh.
you, but they've not been able to reach you. So they've
Okay.
now got to try and deal with this.
Okay, 18 is my height. Is my lowest, funny enough. Still?
18 definitely hits.
Okay, so
So roll damage.
oh, this is good. This is almost maximum damage.
Ooh,
Almost.
nice.
1 point off. Okay, so that is 15 plus 7. That's 22
Plus 7.
force damage.
Where are we getting the 7 from?
It's plus my spell modifier.
Which should be plus 4?
Oh right, sorry.
You don't
It's not
add
my
proficiency to damage.
Okay, so it's
We
15
won't
plus
retcon
4.
what happened before, it's fine.
Sorry.
So the
Okay.
damage that we've taken before, we've taken, that's fine.
So it's 19 then.
So 19 damage.
Yeah.
So that... Oh, what is that? That takes that down to... that number, I think? I am so dumb when it comes to maths, honestly. I can't do maths in my head. Yeah, so you add proficiency to a weapon attack, so long as you're proficient with whatever weapon or spell it is. But when it comes to damage, you don't add proficiency to that.
Okay.
You never had proficiency to a damage roll. Okay, so you've done that. Are you moving anywhere?
Okay, for flying, is it flying speed? It's just up and down, isn't it? It's not going along.
No, it's horizontal as well. It's any direction you want to go.
Oh, okay. In that
You
case, I
could
want
go
to
90 feet down to the ground if you wanted, or you could land on the podium. or do
No, I'm not.
whatever you like.
But I want to go 30 feet up. Still,
So you're going 120 feet in the air, yeah?
yes.
Okay.
And then I want to go along 60 feet towards the center.
Okay, so that just costs you 60 feet of movement. Because
That's flying
remember,
speed.
diagonals don't cost a penalty.
Okay,
So if you
up
go into
towards
60 feet, then you're going to be here.
I'm going to be just here. I think I'll go here then. Actually, just
You want
to
to go there? Okay.
yeah, I want to
So-
assess the situation a bit.
That distance is only 35 feet.
Okay.
So you've still got, like, what?
Oh, I
what
use the
would
rest
that
of
be?
it to go straight up.
55 feet. Yeah, 55 feet of movement left.
I'll go straight up a bit more then.
Okay. So if you're going to be this far away from all of it, then I'm going to let you roll this at disadvantage because you can't be, 200 feet away from something and still be able to see it very well.
Okay. No, I won't go further up than I already did. I'll still be 120 feet in the air.
So you're going to be 120 feet in the air. So you're 80 feet away from all of this.
Mhm.
Okay.
I want to. You've already described what's in the center of this, haven't you?
So you would get more if you were closer. As you are at the moment, you're still 80 feet away from something. You've seen what you saw when you were 90 feet up. It's kind of harder to see now that you've gone further up in the air, to be honest. I understand being out of their distance, but it's also giving you the disadvantage of not being able to see this very well. So, yeah, you can see it, but not very well. You're kind of a little bit too far away. Like, imagine trying to hone in on the details of, like, someone's number plate when they, like, on their car, when you're 80 feet away from that car. That's a very long distance to be able to see anything of any use. It's
Okay.
like a blur in the distance, realistically. So even at this height, you're still struggling to see. So yeah, you're at a safe distance, but you also can't really tell much of what's going on.
Okay. I'm thinking about just doing something a bit crazy.
Okay, we're like crazy.
Oh.
I want to shoot. I just want to randomly shoot a guiding if I'm not too far away.
Mm-hmm.
Bolt into the center.
Into the center.
Can I reach that? That's the point. Well, actually, that's the point. Can I reach that?
Well, you're 80 feet up, so if you've got like 80 feet above the podium, so 80 feet distance from that. Do you have anything that's got a range of 80 feet?
I'm having a look. Hold on.
You
Let's pick
used
them
your
up.
bonus action, so you'll still have action spells.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm thinking guiding bolt, but I need to look at how far it can go.
Mm-hmm.
How much? It's 80 feet, right?
80, yeah.
120 feet.
Lovely. So
And I want to shoot straight to the center of the whole the building thing.
they're
there.
like obelisk, yeah. It's just a big old stone structure is what an obelisk is, yeah.
I just want to
So-
see what happens.
Cool. Does it need an AC or anything like that?
Oh, hold on. I just
Like a ranged spell attack?
Flash of light goes towards make a ranged spell attack against
Yeah.
the target. On the hit, it takes.
So then you need to hit its AC. So an object, I believe, has an AC of 10, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to look it up.
Mhm.
Let's see. Oh, it depends on the object. Okay, so what it's made of versus how big it is. I would give this an AC of... I would say 17 feels fair.
Okay.
because that's
How
when we
about-
get close to stone. Anything below that is just wood, glass, cloth, and this is not something that is made of wood, glass, or cloth. But nor do
Okay,
I
sounds
have
like
on
it's
the
paper.
list, magical orb. So there's no real way of saying magical orb on that. But yeah, if you can roll a 17 with your +7 on your ranged spell attack, so it's just a 10 on the die and you've got it.
Dang it!
What'd you get?
14.
A
Altogether.
14 total?
Yes.
Okay. So give me an Arcana roll.
Using my other dice for that. 14 as well.
Okay. So you're not able to connect with this thing in a meaningful way to cause it any damage because you didn't hit the AC. However, as the guiding bolt leaves your hand and goes straight towards this whirling dervish of magic, you notice something about it. There isn't an impact on the other side.
Bible just goes away.
Where it misses this miasma, where it doesn't quite connect and it goes through like a gap in the middle, it doesn't hit the other side. It does not hit the floor as it would normally.
So it's hitting something, but we can't see it.
Well, I'll let you decide that for yourself. It is now the Fanatic's turn, unless you've got something else you're going to do.
No, I can't do anything else much.
Okay. So this guy can now see Avonwaith. So he is going to cast...
Sorry.
He's going to cast Spiritual Weapon. Because he has got Spiritual Weapon, as all of them do. And the Spiritual Weapon is going to take an attack on Avonwaith. It is a sword. Let me just double check actually that this is within 60 feet. I'm pretty sure it is 60 feet. Yeah, it's only 30 feet. Okay, great. So yeah, he makes an attack against Avonwaith with this spiritual weapon. He's going to be adding his proficiency and his spell casting modifier. So that would be +3. So we're going to do a d20 +3. And I could have just rolled attack. Look at that. So we got a 16, but there you go. It works. Great. Wonderful. Okay, so we ignore that second one. But 16 to hit Avonwaith, and Avonwaith only has an AC of 14. So this does hit Avonwaith. He cast it at the normal level, which means that you take 8 damage, Avonwaith. So Avonwaith's health is now reduced down to 28 out of 36. This guy is then going to just concentrate on trying to look around for other people, I guess. He's not going to do that on his turn because he's used his turn. It is now the next person's turn. This cult fanatic is going to see what he can do. You are 80 feet up above the dais, so none of his spells can reach, but your spiritual weapon does not get opportunity attacks, so he's going to just yeet it out of there and get the fuck away from you, or well, at least away from your weapon. These guys are also going to do the same, so that the weapon can't attack them. This guy is going to come down this way as well, because these guys are going to come towards the edge, so that they can try and take an attack on Quinn. They're going to try and attack Quinn. And this guy is going to go... Yeah, we've got Sacred Flame. Creature you can see within range. They can see you. You need to succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. So they're going to... actually, do they do that or do they do this? Oh no, that's a melee attack. So never mind. And this is 60. Okay, right, great. So we're going to do... two dexterity saving throws. DC 11 dexterity saving throws. So if you could roll a dexterity save, please, Quinn, twice. That saves. And that saves.
Oh, sorry.
So you saved on both. You don't take half damage if you save on it, so you take no damage from that. The last guy though is going to cast Command, which I need a DC 11 Wisdom save. Oh, and a fucking 20 does it. Okay, so you managed to beat all of your saves. That's fucking annoying. You're beating all of my guys again. I'm trying to kill you. Why won't you let me kill you? Okay, these guys have
Rolling
moved.
so well today.
So these guys have all moved. That guy has not moved. These guys have taken actions, so those can't do the dodge action. But all of these guys are going to take the dodge action. So just so that we can do this. Lovely. Okay, so now I remember that these guys have all got the dodge action on them for the next time that we come back. There we go. So yeah, they've all had the dodge action taken, and that is the end of their turns. It is now Kira's turn.
Yay. I'm just gonna shoot that mofo again.
You can shoot him. Okay.
That one.
Yeah. Shooting.
Oh wait,
20.
was I supposed to have advantage?
From being invisible, yes. From like a hiding position, yes, you do get that.
Okay,
So
well,
you
pick one.
still only get the 24, but it does mean that you can take the sneak attack damage as well. So normally I think with invisibility you can't just automatically succeed on stealth checks, right? I think that you have to what's the word? You still have to roll stealth. Because there are other things that you are doing with your body that don't just involve your visibility, like your breath.
Okay,
and
am I
your
stealthy enough?
aroma and stuff. No. So you don't actually need to do it.
Oh,
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. So the reason that I'm not making you do it is because you're already doing a concentration check, and it feels empty to me for you to one, do the concentration check and then also do a stealth check, because it's just going to end up fucking you, and there's no point in having a magic item if it doesn't really do what it's supposed to. So that's why I'm not making you do it. So yeah, if you now roll damage against that guy, you've hit him for sure.
Okay, then I'll have to roll the sneak attack after this.
Okay.
then.
And now roll
So
sneak attack.
14 or 21.
Oh, that's total. Yeah, it's 21 damage including sneak attack. Describe the kill, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, 21 damage total. Never mind.
Yeah.
So it's again psychic damage.
Oh,
So-
actually, do you know what? He took the dodge action, which cancels out your advantage because you would have had disadvantage attacking him.
So do you want me to just re-roll to see if I hit?
So it would be a flat roll and you wouldn't get the sneak attack. But your first roll that you did was a 24. So we'll
Yeah.
take that roll.
Okay.
Then your damage was not with sneak attack, but your piercing damage, which would have been psychic, was 7. He still only had 6 HP, so he's still dead.
Oh. All right. Well, I mean, it's psychic damage, so he was screaming. So I don't know how he would die because it's not a physical attack.
Yeah, it's like the arrows as they come out of the bow are, instead of being physical arrows, it's almost like they slip into the ethereal plane or something, and they shift out and come at the person in like some awful shadow, shape. And as the shadow pierces his mind, he just screeches in agony, and it just like his eyes go bloodshot instantly, and he just drops to the floor, dead. He is now conked out completely. Now,
Yay! First
you
kill.
are stood where you are. You can roll your concentration check to see whether you can stay invisible. I'm just going to pop this here so that I can remember that.
Nope. I had to roll a 15.
And
So
you rolled
I do not.
14. Okay.
Yep.
So now that you are not particularly invisible anymore, and you are the only person who is hiding, we're no longer going to do those stealth rolls at the end of the turn because you're the only person hiding now. So you are now just apparent. You are visible. People know where you are. You can't hold the concentration on the invisibility anymore on this turn, so you are now visible. You've taken this shot, but afterwards you pop out into the air. Everybody can see you. As you do that, the chains that are holding Lyle is his name. The chains that are holding Lyle's arms and feet start to move on their own, and they are coming towards you. You will have to deal with that on your turn as the next turn in combat comes.
Right.
It is now, unless you've got movement or anything else that you want to do, that's it.
I do have movement.
Okay, this has started to appear. You now have this large, sort of, well, largish, medium-ish sized creature here that is, like, right next to you. Up to you what you want to do about this.
I can disengage as my bonus action, and then I still have movement, right?
Yes, you can, because you're a rogue.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna get the heck out of the way.
Okay. So where are you moving to?
I'm just gonna move back. Just get out of the way. Let me measure. I'm gonna come back here.
So you're leaping down from 40 feet up?
Oh, crap, I forgot about that. I'm gonna climb down. I thought it was 30 feet on this one.
No, this one's, well, what did we say? Did we say it was 40 or 30?
I said it was 30.
Did I say 30? Okay, 30. Fine. So then you can make it down to the ground level at the bottom of the pillar.
Okay, I've just moved off the side of the pillar so you know where I'm at.
Yeah, that's fine.
And now I'll move back since I'm at the bottom.
Well, the pillar does take up this whole space, so you would be inside of it if you were there. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so you move down to the base of the pillar. You've used your bonus action. You've used your action. You're no longer invisible. That's the end of your turn. It is now Avonwaith's turn. Avonwaith, you are currently stood right next to a spiritual weapon that is trying to wreck your ship. What would you care to do?
Move, I suppose.
Where do you want to move to?
So with the spirit guardians, like, should I get really close? Like, because it'll inflict damage, or is that, like, too dangerous? I don't know.
I will let you discuss that with your players, because I can't really be giving you advice.
It does kind of do damage, but it's more of like... Think of it as like a tornado around you of holy energy.
Also give a chainsaw going around.
Yeah, where you're in the center of it, so it's not hurting you, but it will hurt others.
Like, so should I just go get close to these bad guys?
I wouldn't get, like, right next to them, but I would get closer.
Get within just 15 feet of them, maybe. Which is the range of your spear.
Yeah, so, like, where this button is right here, where I just clicked.
Yeah.
Anywhere on the edge of that circle, you can get close to them and it'll hit them. If you get inside, they're going to be inside the sphere with you.
Okay. I guess, so I guess I'll move forward. Just so I'm just on the edge. They're just inside my edge there.
That's as far as you can.
Yeah,
that's as far as I can go.
You're not going to be able to get close enough without taking a dash action.
Okay. Am I away from the sword thing?
Let me see. So you are 30 feet away from this guy over here to the right. So if you get close to him, then you could do that to him. But
okay.
But if you went up to these guys, you would only just have one of these guys in your radius.
I'll go to the guy on the right.
You could get to here, You could get to here, and you would have one of them inside of the radius, or you could get to this guy and be able to pick where you wanted him.
Yeah, go to the guy on the right,
Okay.
and
So,
I
where
fire
exactly
my
do you want to be?
put him in like. Can I put him in like the second square in front of me?
Second square in front of you.
Yeah, is that possible?
Probably not the one in front of you. No.
Okay. Well,
'Cause
which one?
Yeah, you.
Which square can I?
You would here. Let me just move you. So you would be going to here. That's the furthest you can go. He will still be inside of it, but he's not going to be directly in front of you. No.
Okay.
So that's where he can be. He's on the corner.
Okay. That's a good. And then can I shoot at him?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Let's take a shot.
Okay. So we've got longbow. Attack roll. You rolled a 7 to hit. That's a 4 on the die plus 3. That doesn't hit. So unfortunately, you don't do anything with that. However, on the start of his turn, he's going to start taking some damage. So that's your turn over with, because you've done your action and you've done your movement. Is there a bonus action that you want to do, or is that all?
What's a bonus action?
What do you mean? What is a bonus action?
I don't know what it is. Like what?
We've
Give
only
me
been doing
example.
this for like months now. You have a 4th level spell called Grasping Vine, which is a bonus action. It's concentration though, so if you do this, then you'll be dropping concentration.
Never
on
mind.
Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
Okay. So then that's it. That's the end of your turn. And with that, we get to the end of the session. Thank you very much, everybody. What do you all think of that? What did you think to this? Have you got any theories? What do you think is going on? I'm curious.
I do think we need to destroy the obelisk itself somehow. That's just a personal opinion.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think that? I'm curious what your theories are about this. I'm gonna move the microphone closer because it looks like I'm quiet.
Well, with when Quinn dropped the orb, it smashed and just changed the whole thing.
Right.
So wouldn't destroying the obelisk change something as well? There's a similar energy in it.
It's a theory, isn't it?
A game theory. Sorry.
Okay. I don't really get the reference, but it made me laugh.
Rip that pat.
It's a YouTube channel.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so you want to destroy it. Does anybody know what? Does anybody think they know what it is?
I think, this is just speculation, obviously. It's what is keeping the, I don't know, something to do with the forest, I think. Because,
that's quite vague.
I don't, yeah, I know, but I
I'll
don't
give
know.
you that. Yeah.
I don't
They
know
want
if
to get
it's
out
what.
of the forest, don't they?
I don't know if it's what's keeping everybody in the forest, and that's why like they took this guy to drain his power to kind of counteract it. But I figured they would have tried to smash it if that's the case.
Okay. Quinn or Avonwaith, any theories?
I don't know.
No idea. Quinn, thoughts?
I also don't really know what's going on. I'd have to think about it for a little while
Yeah.
in terms of like playing the story so far out in my head.
Yeah.
Here's a theory.
I mean, everything leading up to this point has been about trying to dispel the darkness, so
Mm-hmm.
it has to be like something related to that. I don't know why the otter would be here because it wasn't such a big part of the story. Like we had all the cute moments in the village with Porphymus and everything, but
I get the feeling
can't
he's had
remember her name in the wheelchair, but like she
Lucille.
didn't make it. Huh?
Her name is Lucille, and his name is Lyle.
Okay, yeah.
They're adorable.
Lucille didn't make it like seem like he had a big part in anything. It was sort of just mentioned in passing that
Why?
he was missing.
Well, it's quite
Yeah,
possibly
but
just a demonstration.
She also had the wish spell. So in my mind, she's pretty prominent. She is the reason that you guys got out. So while she may have been a passing thing for us, she is also the reason that we kind of met up together.
Yeah, I meant like him. He's Lyle's like sort of just in passing. So I don't know what importance he would have, like why he's here instead of like her. Because if she was not all powerful, but if like she's powerful enough to have the wish spell, then it would seem like
But he
then
was
maybe
ripped
having him
apart.
here is a way to draw her out. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, he was ripped away when that portal was opened.
I don't think you.
So Lucille thinks he's dead. So why would keeping him captive have anything to do with her?
Right.
Here's the thing: we were thought dead, me and Quinn. We're not.
Exactly. But she
But-
still thinks that he's dead.
I have a theory that the curse on the forest and the disappearance of the sun is the same thing. That the curse on the forest was done a long time ago, and it's a prelude to what they're trying to do, which is something to do with taking away the sun, which means something else.
Yeah, but I mean, without the sun, nothing can grow. Everything just kind of dies and shrivels
Maybe
up.
whoever did that doesn't care about that.
It's definitely an interesting idea. I don't know though.
It's like
So-
a failed spell or something.
I think, without trying to give too much away, one of you has got something. The rest of you have kind of misremembered some things and joined some dots that weren't there to join. If that makes sense. So you're on the right lines if you tug on the right string. But at the moment, you sort of, I think you're a bit lost in the weeds. Maybe some more investigating, some more questions asked might help. But yeah, for now, I think you're doing all right. I think most people don't know the full story until they get to the final battle. So it's yeah. I mean, the other party are currently fighting the BBEG, and they still don't really know where their brother is. They don't really know how they're supposed to defeat her, but they're in the battle already. So it's kind of like, you know, they're gonna get there, and they're probably gonna get there in the next session where they figure it out finally. But that's the same for a lot of people, and I watch podcasts and you know actual plays and listen to podcasts as well of people playing D&D. And a lot of them don't join the dots until the very last session when they're fighting the big bad and they finally realise the answer. And then it's like a massive reveal where it's like, oh, now I fucking get it. Now let's kill this bitch. It's that kind of a deal usually.
Oh,
I'm
what?
so curious who this chick is, though.
Huh?
Huh?
This chick.
Oh, the woman on the podium. She's only a
Yeah.
cult leader, as far as I could tell.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
she's
mean-
not very attractive.
Harsh.
Harsh.
Look, I zoomed in. She's
Yeah.
not.
Well,
She kind
it's-
of reminds me of a spider.
it's unfortunate that they're all wearing KPS stuff because the one person in your party that worked for KPS is no longer in your party anymore. Serious.
Yeah, I know. Darn him for getting arrested.
Yeah. So, Cirrus might have answered some questions for you. I think Cirrus probably would have put two and two together at that point about KPS, but because by the sounds of it, when I was asking in the other sessions, do you think you know what's going on? Jack was always like, "Oh, yeah, no, I think I've figured out what's going on now," but never actually said it out loud to the rest of you. So now Cirrus has fucking left and not filled you in.
No
Wait, talk
medic-
to him from beyond.
this is why it's important for players to discuss plans and theories with each other along the way, because otherwise you'll end up having no clue when you get to the end, because each of you have gone on your own little tangents.
We even gave him the opportunity too, and he was like, "No, I'm gonna stay quiet."
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, hey, do you want to speak to the class? No, that's fine. I'll keep it to myself. All right, okay. If that's what you want to do, then I'm okay with it. I don't think the party will be okay with it when they come to die, but you know.
Thanks, Cirrus.
Yeah, thanks, Cirrus.
Well, my players might hate me because I plan to give them a very red herring BBG, and when they kill that BBG, it's going to mess things up more than solve things.
Oh yeah. Well, to be fair, I was planning on doing that with the first campaign for their BBG, that they were going to defeat the big bad who they've been going against for the whole thing, and then they're going to have the real big bad come out and it be something else entirely. But then I've had second thoughts and thought, well, no, that kind of cheapens the battle that they've been leading up to for this whole time. So I think I'm going to do something very different with that. But just in case they do watch these, I'm not going to say what it is. But yeah, I'm leaning in one direction, and I don't think that they know for sure that I'm doing that. Anyway, I think now that I'm just going to put these notes for next time on what height these things are. There we go. Wicked. And then that's going to be it for the recording. Thank you very much. Goodbye.